see that reality, a whole lot of different things will start happening. All this individual way of thinking, keep that to yourself. When you build a nation, you got to build as a nation. When a decision is made, it's not made by one man. Because the mathematics tell us that they all agree that the only God was the Son of Man. And waste no more time searching for what? That which does not exist. So stop wasting your time searching for nothing that's not here. Like I said, through my wisdom, you'll see God. And when I make it born, it's going to be complete. And I'm going to bring something into existence. That's what born is. Bring something in alive. Born it alive, not dead. A lot of brothers is coming into the reality dead now. You got to open your mind. Say you love a brother, show him through. When work needs to be done, step up and do it. Oh, I did this, I did that. It ain't about putting metal yourself on the back. We all have a job to do. You know why? Because they're the best part. And we got to prepare things for them. If we don't do it now, in this day and time, it's not going to happen. Like my brother was just talking about. Who kills their babies? You got women running out stabbing babies in the neck. How necessary? Where your mindset? I come from this education. You know what I mean? Give the baby away. If you can't deal with this sisters out here that can take care of babies, that cannot have babies, why would you kill a baby? You know, so that shows you the mindset of the people and what they're thinking about and where they're at. You know what I mean? If the mind is not pure, then the body ain't going to produce nothing. You think negative, you're going to live out that negative reality. What person you know in their right mind? 11 months. The baby was 11 months. One was 3. Right in the area where my brother lived. Come on, that's sad, bro. To wake up to hear something like that. I was looking at it on the news, but I didn't know that it was that close. That it was right in the neighborhood. I don't live too far from him. You know, he lives on a house, and I'm on 172nd and Sheridan. And then to hear that about any baby, you know, I mean, you got a problem, they got places that you should call that will take the baby. If you don't want to do it, somebody will. Give the baby a chance. That's why I brought mine with me. My son didn't want to come, so he's coming with me today. You know what I mean? Because you got to come around people where you can get yourself educated and find out who you are and what you're about. Because a lot of us draw away from this because we don't bring them to it. Brothers got seeds that you didn't even know they had. They won't even bring them around you. But you say, you love this. But then you don't want to add nothing to contribute or add on to this. But you love this. How could you love this if you don't add on to it? That means that you're just saying that literally out your mouth. And only the few step up and do what they got to do. Only the few. Out of that many, it's only a few. And it shouldn't be that way, man. It should be everybody. Give it all they have and all within their power to show and prove that there's no greater nation than a large nation. Stand up and be who you are. Stop being afraid to be who you are. Stop being afraid to stand up and say, I am the God that you were searching for but could not find. But you were searching for that which does not exist. I'm that one. I'm not ashamed to say it. This is what he wanted. He wanted us to be better than him. He didn't want us to be running around here acting like we were worshipers, followers. You know what I mean? He ain't told us to follow him. He told us to be him. That's what I learned to be. And that's what I teach my family. And that's what I teach my babies. They go around this north and get the way you need to be. When you see the Father, you see the Son. When you see the Son, you see the Father. Simple as that. You got to make places for these babies, take them out of the way that they're being educated. If they're not being educated correctly. These schools and these universities that we judge, we all power. Oh, yeah, but who are you building the nation for? Not yours. But when you send them to school to get educated, they only get educated in a degree or a field that's going to add on to something that's already here. When we going to build ours? When we going to build ours? You know what I mean? But we're going to do something for us so that we don't have to come to places like this. Yeah, this is nice, but it would be nice if we opening up something of ours. That we can come up here and say, you know what? This is what we did. For the trillion of years, this is what we accomplished. This is what we did. Because you know why? We agreed. Once again, like I said, we agreed. We agreed that it needs to be done, and we what? Done it. Period. Point blank. Ain't no sugarcoating on that. Ain't no preservatives on that. That's real. It's a place for our baby, for our women, for our children. We need that. That's a necessity. That's a necessity. So we don't have to come and sit at the feet of somebody else. I don't like sitting at home waiting for a mystery God to bring me food. I get up and I go do what I have to do. Because I know that if I do that, I'm going to starve. If I sit up and wait for any mystery person, I'm going to starve. I ask people to come and help and add on to the little project that we have around the school. It's only a few selected ones that come. Some of them don't even show up. Some might come one day. Some might come a couple of days. But the job needs to be done, man. And it's done by all of us. It's you and I. First to bring about a what? It's a free understanding among who? Ourselves. Who is ourselves? Ourselves. I God. Not I by myself, but I with my brothers. You know? Stand up, man. Do what you gotta do. Stand up with me. I got my sleeve here, man. They like, well, you know, they ask me questions. Sometimes I might not know, so I send it to my brothers. My brothers might have an answer. Because within the question, there's always going to be an answer. All you got to do is what? Explore the question. I might not be the best knower, but I can send him to the God. He might be the best knower. He might not be the best knower, so I send him to the next God. That's what meant when we say each one, what? Teach them. And it's very important that our babies run astray, bro. You don't see that? Running around here talking about Bloods and Crips. You know what I mean? They're pouring themselves into realities that don't have nothing to do with the nature of man and God. But you got to bring that nature into reality. Reality of the daily degree. Coming into the cycle of being complete within your what? Self. Completing yourself. Standing perpendicular on your square. Showing and proving who you are. That you have the ability to bring about what? Change. That change got to exist within you first. You can't change nobody else if you've done that stuff. People look at you. Think they don't? You don't think they know who God is in this day and time? They do. But they look at them. Look at them brothers. Look, half of them out here, you know what I mean, drunk out of their head. Half of them coked out of their head. Gotta come past all the afflictions, man. All the afflictions. We got the power to do it, man. Within us, we have the ability to bring about any change that we need to do. All we got to do is do what? We'll say it again, family. What we got to do?
Come together.
Come together. Simple as that. I say that every time, every power, until it, you know, until it's really adopted in somebody's brain. I'm going to keep on saying, oh, they say that brother get up there, he probably say that all. I'm going to say it until you hear it. I'm going to say it until I see change. I'm going to say it until you get tired of me saying it. I'm going to say it. Because we need to do it. We need to stop talking about it, like the 85 students say, and be about it. If we're the greatest nation, let's show them proof. We shouldn't be lacking in nothing. Nothing. We should have a place right now for these children. You know what I mean? Not a small little computer room where it's crowded. When the earth gives her little classes, it's so crowded up in there. You know, you can't even breathe. If somebody passed a bad gas, everybody needs something. That's how small the room is. We just start making things. We have to have a kitchen for the herbs. A lot of things that we can do. It's small things. We can start off small. We ain't got to start off big. We can start off with something small. But we can say it's ours. That's the important part. When you use that word, ours, that carries a whole lot of weight. This is ours. We built this. Instead of living off another man's legacy, even though he was involved with this nation, he didn't want you to keep on riding on what he did. That's already been established. What are you establishing? How are you utilizing your power? How are you taking your wisdom and bringing your God out? How are you doing that? That's what you got to start asking yourself. Because that's what I ask myself every day. so that I could bring about a change in me first. Change got to start with me. Because I got a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old. These are the youngest out of my seed. And I got an extra addition that the sister gave me, the young guard right there. He ain't followed a lot of mine, but he's still with us. I don't treat him more different than I treat them. We say the baby is the best part, but we got to show them through. We got to make it better for them. Even if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them. Do it for them. Be a better example for them. If you drinking and you see them come back, yo, put a little shade on them. That's what we used to do when I used to come to the parliament. I ain't gonna say I didn't drink, but we didn't drink around the school. We didn't smoke around the school. We didn't do everything that I see brothers do now around the school. If we walk on drink, we drunk up the street. By the time we got to the parliament, we already been finished doing what we were doing. And yes, we called them parliaments. We never called them parliaments. Because they used to be full of people. By the time the wisdom hour came, you was looking for a seat. Where you gonna sit down at? I came to parliaments like that. Where it was full. And the information was so fluent that when you left here, you left with something. And that's why I tell a lot of brothers, if you come to this parliament, if you don't go home with nothing, then you ain't accomplished. If you don't go home with a different thought, then ain't nothing was accomplished. All you did was sit there and occupy space. All you was mad. You had weight, you occupy space. But when you get something in your brain and you take it home and you utilize it, that's peace. But that's what I try to do. I try to sponge all the information I can get from my brothers. I go to my older brothers when I need something. Brothers that I can rely on, brothers that's dependent, not brothers that's talking about it, brothers that be about it. That's a difference. When you get around them, that's a whole different crowd. You get around the talkers, what they do, what those talkers do. They talk and they walk. Brothers that's about it, they're going to be right there until they get done. But they know that everybody has a job to do. Everybody has a position. And everybody don't play ball the same way. You know what I mean? That's why I got first base, second base, third base, and then you go home. Everybody meets at the home plate. But it starts with 1, 2, 3, and then we home. But it starts together. All the little small thoughts that we have about each other, we need to erase them. Come together. For real, for real. I'm speaking sincerely from my feelings, and my feelings is in this. You know, I can't do it by myself. I need help. The law of mathematics needs help. Born black needs help. Shut up. Everybody that steps up to the plate, they need help. You can't do it by yourself. We keep saying it. We did not do this by ourselves. We cannot build a nation by ourselves. You understand? I know, I see you, and you know, I'm reaching out to those who are here to come and do everything they have, and everything they have within their power. I want you to give that from this day on, because we have an important job to do, and it's right here. How you expect babies to come around you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? They don't want to hear that. So all them brothers. Like last one time, my son was like, I don't want to come here, all they do is argue. But in his mindset, he sees it as being an argument of two brothers in specific cases, but they were speaking loud. And he didn't understand what it was about. So you remember they say, under like a track, well, we don't deal with under like. We deal with that which is like going to track. That which is under like going to be repaired. Like we put a track.
That was my error. I had one.
Unlikely for me.
Okay, no problem.
Simple as that. My brother always told me, when you deal with this mathematics, use reverse polarity. However you was taught, reverse it. Let's just say this, put it to where it needs to be. So you don't understand. But you can see it clearly in your mind. A lot of brothers don't do that. And that's why we where we at now. They'll be good for the day. They'll be all right for the day, fine. But after a couple of days, it'll go in and do this. But I'm like Johnny Appleseed. I'm going to plant the seed in it. And I'm going to see how it grows. Not only am I going to see how it grows, I'm going to stay there until it grows. I'm going to give it the proper nourishment so it can grow. I'm not going to abandon the seed. So what a lot of brothers do. They do plant that seed and then go on about their business. You got to nurture that seed. You got to give that seed water. You got to get that crop with sunlight. Simple as that. Same thing with whatever you do. Everything going into that happens in the universe, called us. All 99 elements exist within us. But we the what? Gods and earth. Some brothers and sisters scared to say that. They're going to say we are law 5%. But we still God and still us. You don't argument on that. That's a law 5%, okay?
Yo, bro, stop, bro. You're doing too much now. Please stop. I said stop. Right?
Be who we are.
Stop.
God,
Stop.
come here, man. Come here. Let me introduce you to the room. You might like this. Come on. This is what's important. Right here. You see this? Right here. Turn right. Come here. See this? We have to have places to educate them. We do. So that they don't go astray. We have to, man. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to conclude my conversation because I know that other folks want to get up here and build, but this is important. That's important to me. Everything else is irrelevant. Everything else it takes second burn. This is first burn. These are first burners right here. Because they go pretty soon, they're going to go and they're going to be their age. But if you don't put the proper thing in their mind while they're this age, they're going to be terrible by the time they get that age. Why? Because we're not doing our what? Job. What is the duty of the civilized man? The duty of the civilized man is to teach he who is a savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, but the science of everything in life, which is what? Love, peace, and happiness. We got to understand it. And we got to also remember that to teach that, you got to be that. Because we're the very essence of civilization. When you see me, you see civilization. So I got to stay civilized for him to be civilized. Because if I'm a savage, then that's what he's going to be. You know, you all, they say you are what you eat. You are who you be around too. Be around knucklehead, eventually you're going to be a knucklehead. I don't care what you say. You either teaching them or they teaching you. One out of the two. You can't be around somebody all day, he don't know nothing about this. Like you ain't telling nothing about this. And you talk about, I'm a builder, I'm teaching. Teaching what? Teaching me how to drink. Teaching me how to be a drunk. Teaching me how to smoke herb. Teaching me how to sniff coke. What are you teaching me? You got to realize that what is a teacher, what his abilities is, and what he's teaching. And if it don't go according to your teaching, then it's not right in fact at all. And on that, nope. I'm going to say peace, family. Peace. I love y'all. You don't know what it is. I do carpentry. I do all kinds of work. And I'm willing to get down with everybody. It don't matter. You can have more knowledge than me, or you can have less knowledge. It don't matter. Because when we come together and iron out, it's one God. And we under that banner. Peace.
Peace, God. Once again, I'm God, the Divine Prince of Law. I've been told to re-emphasize the fact that today, right, we don't want any loitering outside. I don't think there will be because it's raining like cats and dogs out there. And once again, I want to impress upon you that this is your column, right? This is your opportunity to let us know who you are, where you come from, and what you're about, right? Because it's true that the builders always build. The same ones always get up here are willing to give us what they have. All right? There's no pygmies or no eyes here. Right? We all have a stake in this nation, and guess what? All of these have value to us. All right? I don't care who you are. We've got 1 day or 100 days. Please make it your parliament and make it your business to let us know who you are, where you're coming from, and what you intend to do to add on to this great site. With that, here's what I'm going to do. Peace, God.
Peace. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Ron Blue.
Peace, God.
What I should build about today is wisdom, God. And going through the wisdom of God and manifesting the existence of God, this is why we're here today. Through that bill, by using the growth and the knowledge by using the growth and development of this knowledge, this is how we got here today. And by being security in the school here, I know who's doing this. And I'm going to name the name before I continue. That's Born Black, Allah You Justice, Allah Mathematics, Divine Prince, Belial, Beloved, Merciful. These are gods I see building here every day to make it right for our nation to go further. And we have the ones in the school that does their thing. Doug Cameron. Not only does he do the boxing, he does things like giving the babies the education from the third, from the kindergarten all the way up to teach them the growth and development of their education in school. Not only is he doing that, he's all over the place. He's painting the classroom. And the classroom looks beautiful as he's going. It's not finished yet, but he's building. See, this is what gods do. Earthly embrace. She has the sewing classes. See, this is how you show and prove who you are as God and earth of this universe, of our nation. You know, just don't come to school just to make space. Or when there's food given away, you come, oh, I can eat. Or I can come to school and eat. No, you gotta come to school and build. You understand? Get a mop, come to school, find out is there anything gotta be cleaned in school. Get a mop, a broom, a rag, a paintbrush. There's a yard that needs to be raked up with the leaves. Don't just come here and make space. We don't need that. We need gods that want to build. This is how we got where we got here today. And we can go further with this by coming to school and saying, what can I do for my nation? Not what the nation will do for you, but what can I do for my nation? This is how we get further ahead. Because we can't do it like the God said very well. Prince, he's another one. Unique, he's another one. These gods build. God leaves his job, Prince. He leaves his job and comes to school and add on. He's tired. He needs time for his baby, but you know what? He knows the school needs his bill too. And he comes to school, puts down the plaque in the backyard so we can walk level in the yard. You understand? Anything that has to be done in the yard, he built a stage so we can have a beautiful show and prove. Unique. He does the computers. We wouldn't know nothing. I don't know nothing about computers. But the God does. And he does everything he can to make that knowledge born so we can feel comfortable in our school. That the babies can come there and learn and get on the computer and get the education of the computer, because I'm learning how to do the computer by little things that I do. Because I'm there at night, so whatever I can